Hello children, that after so many days that we are going to again meet each other. So welcome to all again. But today here I have selected a new topic and that is related to that mathematics and basically that regarding that of the properties of the circles. Here we will discuss in this video that we will discuss about that of the theorems relating to that various properties of the circle, and then thereafter we'll try to solve some of the problems, and afterwards we'll again, as the video will proceed, the next video that will do something so related to this concept. So let us start with this, that the circles. Basically, in case of a circle, that you must have acquainted with different terms relating to that of the circle. In case of a circle, so we are not going to detail that discuss about that of the different properties of that of the circles. What you know, that in case of a circle, as you know that this is your radius, the line which joins to that of the center and to the circumference, any point on the circumference, that is said to be the radius. Similarly, the line which joins or which meets two points on the circumference passing through that of the center, that is your means that the diameter. And so the any two points on the circumference, that is a sort of chord. So today what we will discuss here, that the theorems relating to that the different properties of that of the circle. The entire properties of the circle is particularly divided, or we will discuss that one on means under the three headings. One, entire properties, all that properties and those theorems relating to that circle, that can be discussed under that three different properties. For example, one is that your chord properties, properties related to that chord. Secondly, that the arc properties or properties of the arc, or and the angles related to the arc properties. And on the third heading, that lastly will discuss about that of the properties of tangents. So properties of tangents. In this video, I'll try to discuss only that of the chord properties of that of the circle, the theorems that are related to the chord properties of the circle, and afterwards we will discuss, gradually we will discuss in different videos, because in this there will be there will be no sufficient time. I don't think that there will be sufficient time to discuss all that in a single video. So that is a first, in this part, that we will discuss about that of the chord properties. Afterwards we will discuss gradually that the arc properties, angles related to that, and finally that of the properties of tangents. Now in case of the chord properties, as I said you, so today, as I have said you that the chord, so in case of a circle, that we'll see the chord. Normally, the line segment joining any two points on the circumference of a chord, circumference of a circle, is said to be one chord. In case of a circle, now this is your circumference. This is the circumference of the circle. Any two points, A and B, are two points on the circumference of the circle, and the line segment which joins to this A and B, that is said to be a chord. And remember that diameter is the largest chord of a circle, because this is also a chord. Diameter is also a chord because it is joining the two points here and here, and this is your suppose center. So in this case what happens, that diameter is the largest chord in case of a circle joining two points on that of the circumference. Now we will discuss about that the theorems relating to this chord property. So theorem number 1 under this circle, that in case of a circle, in case of a circle, that the line joining from the center of the circle and bisecting the chord must be perpendicular on it. Try to understand what is the concept of that of the theorem. What is the statement of the theorem? According to the statement, according to the first theorem about that the chord properties, that in case of a circle, AB is one of the chord. Now the line joining the center and bisecting the chord means it is joining to that of the midpoint of the chord must be perpendicular on it. So we have to prove that this one will be perpendicular to it. Now in this case, what we have to prove? We have to prove that OP is perpendicular to AB. Now, what we will do? How we will prove this one? So that is why, now what we will do? By construction, we will join this AO and OB. So here construction, that AO and OB are joined. Remember that while you are writing, while we are proving any sorts of theorem or the writers, then in that case the points that you must have known, that what points that you have to write. First, given what it is given in the question. Secondly, what we have to prove. And third one, if construction is there or construction is required, then construction also has to be mentioned there. Now, how will prove this one? We have to prove that this is perpendicular. Means we have to prove indirectly that the angle APO and BPO are 90 degree each. So how will prove? Now by proving these two triangles congruency. Now consider that in triangle AOP and BOP, these two triangles that we have taken. So here we can say that AO is equal to OB, that is the radius of the circle. AP is equal to PB, which is given already in the question or the statement, and OP is common to both that triangles. So therefore, in triangle, if we compare triangle AOP and triangle BOP, so what we have got? AO is equal to OB. What is the reason? The reason has to be mentioned here also, the radius, or plural is radii of circle. And AP is equal to PB, that is already given in the question or that theorem statement. And OP is equal to OP, which is common to both, common side. Therefore, now what we have got? Triangle AOP is congruent to triangle BOP. By what concept that we have proved this one? By what postulation? That is your side, side, side. So by side, 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 these two triangles are proved to be congruent. And if these two triangles are proved to be congruent, as we know that in case of the congruence of the triangles, if two triangles will be congruent, then the corresponding parts of the congruent triangles will be congruent, which in short we say that is your CPCT or CPCT C. So therefore, now here we can get this one as angle APO is equal to angle BPO by CPCT or CPCTC, whatever, both are right. Now in this case, if these two triangles, if these two angles are equal, then what we have got? But however, these two angles are on the same line. So that is why these two form one linear pair. So that means now here we can say angle APO plus angle BPO, that is equal to 180 degree because they are linear pair. So therefore, now in this case we can say that angle APO is equal to angle BPO is equal to 180 degree by 2, or that is equal to 90 degree. Hence we can say that OP is perpendicular to AB. So what we have learned from this statement? We have learned that in case of a circle, if any line which joins from the center and if it is bisecting to that of the chord or it is joining to the midpoint of the chord, then it must be perpendicular. Now, it has also converse statement. Conversely also it can be proved. What will be the converse statement? The converse statement will be, in case of a circle, theorem number 2, chord properties, theorem number 2. Here we can say that the converse of that the first theorem, which states that in case of a circle, if the line which is drawn from the center and perpendicular to the chord, consider that O is the center of the circle, AB is the chord, the line drawn from the center and perpendicular to the chord must bisect to it. The converse of this theorem that states that if now a perpendicular will be drawn from the center to that of the chord, it bisects to that of the chord, that we have to prove. So what we have to prove? Now we have to prove that AP is equal to PB, or P is the midpoint of that AB. So now similarly, that here also we require construction. It is very important to remember the construction, because while you will prove all that the riders or the deductions relating to this theorem, these type of constructions has to be applied there. You cannot apply any sorts of construction from your mind. That a construction should have to be put there which will be related to that particular statement of that particular theorem. Relating to that theorem, a construction has to be given. You cannot take one construction that yes, you join in this way, that way. So you cannot do in that way, because construction should have to be meant only relating to that of the statement. Anyway, in case of the construction, just like the previous theorem, that here also we can join that AO and OB. So in construction we can take OA and OB are joined. Now by joining, what will get? If we will join, then what will get? Now we have got two triangles, two right angle triangles. One that AOP and the second that BOP. In these two triangles, if we will prove that these two triangles are congruent, because you can mark here that AP belongs to that AOP and BP belongs to that BOP. So therefore, in this case, now by taking these two triangles, we can prove congruent. How will prove congruent? AO is equal to OB, because this is the radii of the circle. And similarly, this angle, both are right angle. And at the same time, this is your common side. So therefore, right angle, hypotenuse and side. So according to that right angle hypotenuse side postulation, we can say that these two triangles are congruent. So in triangle AOP and triangle BOP, AO is equal to, that APO, angle APO is equal to angle BPO perpendicular 90 degree given, and AO is equal to OB, that is the radii of the circle, and OP is equal to OP, that is your common side. So children, try to write that one, how you are going to prove. If it is RHS, then you sequentially arrange that one, right angle, hypotenuse and side, so that it will be better to understand for not only for you but also to that examiner, whoever will check. Now this is your right angle hypotenuse side. So therefore we can say that triangle AOP is congruent to triangle BOP by right angle hypotenuse and side postulation. So since these two triangles are now we have proved congruent, so therefore just like the previous ones, in case of congruence as we are proving, in the same manner now we can say that AP is equal to PB by the property of CP/CTC. Corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent. So that means now we can say from this statement that if a perpendicular is drawn from the center to that any side of the chord, it bisects to the chord or it intersects at the midpoint of that of the chord. Now what is the validity of this theorem? How we can apply this theorem? Take one simple example. What is the necessity of taking this theorem? Now let us take an example on basing on this theorem, where we can say that in case of a circle, that we have a circle with certain radius is not given, whereas it is given that a chord of 12 centimeter, a chord of 8 centimeter is drawn at a point. 8 centimeter chord, AB chord is 8 centimeter, and a line which is drawn from the center, try to understand what I am saying, a line which is drawn from the center and bisecting this chord, the line OP which is drawn from the center and bisecting the chord measures 3 centimeter. Now find the radius of this circle. Consider this is a simple example where the in a AB chord of 8 centimeter is drawn in a circle of certain radius. OP line drawn from center O bisecting the chord. If OP is equal to 3 centimeter, find the radius of the circle. So here this is a simple example of this theorem that what we have come across. Now how we will find out that of the radius? The radius if we join to this AO, that is your radius. And we have already known from that theorem that the line which is drawn from the center and bisecting the chord must be perpendicular on it. So therefore, now again I repeat that statement, line drawn from the center bisecting the chord must be perpendicular on it. That means indirectly it is also given that this is your 90 degree. So therefore, now in triangle AOP, if we find out in triangle AOP, AP is equal to PB is equal to 4 centimeter and OP, that is perpendicular to that AB according to the theorem, and OP is also given 3 centimeter. So therefore, now AO, the radius, that can be found out by using that Pythagoras theorem, that is AO that is equal to OP square plus AP square square root, or we can take this one as 3 square plus 4 square square root, or that is equal to 9 plus 16, 25, and this becomes 5 centimeters. So therefore, now we can calculate the radius of that of the circle by using these two theorems. So likewise, that those riders are also there, we can prove that one by using this one. So first we'll discuss about that of the theorems related to that of the chord properties, and then we'll try to solve some of that of the riders, those which are given in your book or any exercises.